It's you, me, and Rudolph.
Yes.
Okay, good. Shall we do the prayers to start with? Do you pick one and I take that one?
Saraswati?
Yeah.
Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vitvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good. All right. So how do you have any preferences? Like, would you like to go through it? Or is it somewhere you say, I like to practice more that one? Or would you like to start a little bit further down so we got more time for the latest one?
Yeah, maybe start a little bit down just so we have more practice with the new bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still need to practice all, but I think we focus more on the latest parts because I haven't gone through them as much.
So what about if we start, is this a good place? Because then, so this is where actually the 16-step puja starts. So if you have, let's say, if for any reason that I, have shorter time, what I do is I maybe choose just to do the first, like this part, and I don't start the 16th step, or I might just do the a 5-step puja. So you can always kind of, not go into this kind of squareness and like have to be this way, you have to, or I'm gonna be punished, this kind of thoughts that can be there, to just kind of go into that relaxation. Like, I do the best I can, and sometimes certain circumstances makes it that I have to adjust, and sometimes I can do even more. Good. Okay, nice. So let's start then here. And so with this one, I want you to get into that, like this, like you're landing on the sakara, and almost feel like you have a beautiful hammer. I'm not meaning like with anger or anything, or something to kind of feel this asmin bimbe. So you have that kind of half matra longer. So you got that asmin bimbe. Okay, go for it.
Okay, I'll try. Asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Dhyayami Dhyayami.
Good. One more time.
Asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Dhyayami.
Good. You can still have a little bit more as. So because you're gonna stay half matra longer on the sakara. So asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Jayami. Try one more time.
Asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Jayami. Jayami.
Good, much better. Another thing, we polish it. We don't have to do it now. Is to not rush. Saraswati. So
Saraswati.
make sure you get all and balanced when you chant it. Good. All right. And the second one?
Asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Avahayami.
Good. Now you got the Saraswati. So hold on to that. Now, this one, it's also long in the beginning. Avahayami.
Oh,
You got
yes, it
this
is.
long, and then the short. Avahayami.
Yeah, I don't see it on your screen, but I have it here, so I don't. It's fine. It's showing me Yami there.
This one?
Oh yes, no.
Here, right?
Oh yes, that's the one. Avahayami. Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah. I was more looking at Jayami.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
That's fine. But I have to print out. So
But you know what? You can, because sometimes it helps when we at least it helps. It depends what kind of memory you have or what kind of memory tools. What helps me is to think that, okay, this is long and this is long. So there are 2 times I have to drop my jaw. And the same thing happens here. I have 2 times I have to drop my jaw, but then I have a short one. So if that helps to kind of start to know that it's Jaya, you see that? Jaya, and here is Ava. So try to get into this kind of to really start using the jaw as a reminder, because when your body's getting involved, it gets memory power here. So dropping the jaw is going to help you to get, that's a long one. Try one more time.
Asmin bimbe Shri Maha Saraswati Devye Avahayami.
Yes. And now you see, you like, wait, this jaw thing, you know. Hi, Alice. Very good. Very good. All right. So let's see. Alice, would you like to do this one?
Asanam samarpayami.
Very good. I'm just wondering, last time, if you're getting the same as the last time, just give me a hint to say, hey, I did that last time. Can I swap with Bea? So you practice everything.
I don't remember which one I did.
Neither do I.
If you go like, done that, just tell me and then we can swap between you. Okay, Bea.
Yes. Padhyam samarpayami.
Good. Alice?
Argham samarpayami.
Good. I love how you're landing in Repa land. It's really nice to hear. You've got that now. Good. Very good. Bea.
Achamaniyam samarpayami.
Good. Alice?
Madhuparkam samarpayami.
Beautiful. And Bea?
Snanam samarpayami.
Good. Try to get the repa out a little bit stronger. Samarpayami. Alice?
Snananantaram achamaniyam samarpayami.
There you skip repa land. So try one more time and try not to rush. Take your time and make sure you also get that dvitvam and a nice balance between all the syllables.
Snananantaram achamaniyam samarpayami.
Try one more time. And go to Repalan.
I hear it as well, and I'm just thinking.
I know.
Snananantaram achamaniyam samarpayami.
Good. There it is. Bea?
Vastram samarpayami.
Good. Vastram samarpayami. Alice?
Upavitam samarpayami.
Bea?
This one was Abharanam samarpayami.
Good. So this I noticed that you're getting more and more comfortable, like, and also the balance with the aspirate. So because in the beginning it's that to get that balance and not go bah, to lose all the air. Just kind of go bharanam, and that can be from the diaphragm, because if you go bah, you're letting the throat just the air out. From the diaphragm, you can control, okay, I want this much air. I just want a aspirate. Bharanam samarpayami. But you did really well. I just wanted to mention.
Thank you.
Alice.
Gandhantarayami.
One more time.
Gandhantarayami.
Good. Bea.
Gandhasyopari haridra kunkumam samarpayami.
Good. And here is tricky because you hear it, just to make a note for yourself, because you have, here is a long, right? So you have gandhan, but here you have a short. So it's easy. Sometimes the mind want to rhyme or do the same thing, but here you have to be careful because it's just gandhasyo, right? So you cannot stay on the akara, even if you did it on the previous one. Here is just gandhasyo, so it's quick. It's a quick transfer. Good. I think it's Alice.
Pushpani samarpayami.
And Bea?
Dhupamagrapayami. No.
One more time.
Dhupamagrapayami. No, I can't do it.
And you know what happened is that you made this into a long one. So it's just dhupa, dhupa, dhupa. So just do that first. Dhupa.
Dhupa, dhupa.
Good. So long and short, and then it's long. Dhupamagrapayami.
Oh, I see. Dhupamagrapayami.
Yeah. And then you feel like that feels good. Otherwise you feel like, I don't, it's like you drive and you just get stuck, right? Good. Alice?
Deepam sandarshayami.
Good. And Bea? So the same thing happens here, right? You have the long, short, long, long. So just be careful you get all those.
Dhupadipanantaram achamaniyam samarpayami.
Beautiful. I don't know what's going on. It feels like this text, it just has its own life because it's jumping between. I thought can anybody, I don't really get this. Is this gonna go? It was already there. Now I get it. It was supposed to be here. Okay. All right, so now we're here. So we have the food. Can be anything, and anything that you just wanna, for the representation of food. Okay, good. Alice.
Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Om Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat.
Good. Make a note that you don't make this one. This is short. Tatsavitur. So you go straight to Repaland again there. Don't stay on the Ukara. So it's Repa and Vakara. So you go to the Repaland, stay half matra longer there, and then you can go. And also make a note on your this one. This is polishing, because both of you're chanting so well, so I can give you a little bit, polishing things. Make sure you get that, like you can really hear it. So try one more time, Alice.
Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat.
Good. All right. Alice, sorry, Bea, would you like to do all of them or one by one?
I'll try some. three. Om Pranaya Swaha.
Hold on. So remember that almost all of these letters, I would say a lot of them are dirgha. So get to get into this and to remember it is a good chance, is a good tool, is to drop the jaw. So Om Pranaya Swaha. So a lot of the jaw. So you got ra, and then you put the tongue in the position and you go na, and then it's a short yeah, and then you got again swaha, and then it's like higher, right? So you got swaha. So you actually just have one short here.
Okay, try again.
Try again.
Om Pranaya Swaha.
Good. One more time.
Om Pranaya Swaha.
Yes, good. And then?
Om Apanaya Swaha.
Hold on. So here the first one
short.
is short, and then you got long and long. So it's similar to this one, but the
Different
first
order.
one, yeah. So the first one has to go apa, right? Apa. Think about you have short up and only that, nothing in between. So you just go apa, apa. Try one more.
Om Apanaya Swaha.
Good, very good.
And this is Om Dhyanaya Swaha.
Good.
Om Udanaya Swaha. Om Samaynaya Swaha.
So you got first you got short samanaya swaha.
Om Samanaya Swaha.
Good.
Can I read the
Pia,
second one short?
Pia,
Yes.
make a little note
Mhm.
on this fellow, and that goes for all of them. You can make it shorter than you do. You're giving a little bit, just a little bit extra length, and
Mhm.
that, because you're doing that, this fellow doesn't get its whole sound. So
Okay.
first you got sa, and then you got ma,
Ma.
and this is short.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's swaha, and go all the way there, like swaha, open the whole, everything, the heart, and everything comes out. Try one more time.
Om Samanaya Swaha.
Good. Well, also another thing now, because this is taking a lot of breath, right? It's like you go to the end and then you have to make sure you get a new breath because you're giving it all, right? Now, how the position, if you really open up here, shoulders back, relax your shoulders, the spine straight, that's also going to help you to get more sound out. So how you're sitting, it's all coming together, you know, with asanas and positions and strengthening your body and all that. So it's all coming together. So that also helps the position. Good. Try one more time, Bea.
Om Samanaya Swaha.
Good. The sounds are coming out. Good.
I'm waking everyone up, I think, but it's okay.
Last one.
Yes. Om Brahmane Swaha.
So this one is a little bit different because it's the last one. So it's Brahm. So first you go because it's Brahmane Swaha. Brahmane Swaha.
Om Brahmane Swaha.
So you're staying half matra longer on the makara. So Brahmane. Think about that you're dipping your toes in the makara and then take off. Brahmane Swaha.
Om Brahmane Swaha.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. So first thing, when you're doing the Om, make sure that that's a dirgha. So it's not it's not short, it's long. But and then go think about like you're flying and you're dipping your toes in the makara. So you got Brahmane. So you got a dvitvam there, and then you have the a, right? It's long. So
Yeah.
Brahmane Swaha.
Okay, I'll try again.
Yeah.
Om Brahmane Swaha.
Much better. Now add one more thing and get that ha. Brahmane. You hear that from the diaphragm. So you got Brahmane Swaha.
Om Brahmane Swaha.
Almost. But give the hakara, because it's you don't go brahma. They do that in Bali, and there will be people who said this is the way to pronounce it. There's wild debate about this. Not wild, but there are people saying this and that. And if you want to go into that debate, it's like a never ending. But if you listen to really high, like Chalaki brothers, for example, they're really high. I can send you their chanting. Then it's that it's like you go Brahm and then ha, Brahma, Brahma. So it's almost like you have to swap these letters. So think about like you're saying Brahm, ha, ne, Brahmane.
Brahmane.
Brahma.
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 Good. Hold on to that. Brahmane.
Brahmane.
Brahma.
Brahmane.
Good.
I understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Brahmane.
So just practice
write
that
it
to
here.
go Brahmane. That's long, right? And the tongue goes back.
Brahmane.
Ne. So Brahmane Swaha.
Brahmane swaha. Swaha.
Good. Now you're almost there, but if you give this fellow the A, it's
The long A.
dirga, you're going to stay on the red carpet.
Om Brahmane swaha.
Better?
I
We can
forgot the
still,
makara now.
yeah, we can still polish it, but it's going to come. So just Brahmane, Brahma, 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 Brahma. Brahma. So think about Bea. Think about
Yes.
when you done Brahm. Think about that you're pushing the navel to the spine a little bit. Brahma, Brahma, Brahma,
Brahma.
Brahmane.
Brahman. Brahma. Brahma.
Brahma.
Brahma.
Brahmane.
Brahmane. Brahmane.
Me. Tongue back and pulling
Oh,
face.
yes.
Me.
Ne.
Do you want to try this one, Alice? So you got this one too?
I'm just enjoying practicing in the background. But yes, I can do it. Om Brahmane Swaha.
Good. Okay, good. Something happened here. Okay, I have to fix that. This is something that jumped around something. But anyway, so when you're here, Alice, this one.
Naivedyam nivedayami.
Do one more time.
Naivedyam nivedayami.
Good. And Bea, you get another one, long one.
Naivedyanantaram achamaniyam samarpayami.
Good. And Alice.
Tambhulam samarpayami.
And here we are, right? Okay. Anybody remember it? Or you want me to chant it one time? Just the first line? Should I chant? Okay. Natatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. Alice?
Natatra suryo bhati na chan. Oh, this is where my brain goes a bit slow. Chandratrikam. Chandratirkam. Chandratarkam. It's that last one. Chandra.
So do like this. So make little, so you see where you gotta stop and stay. That's gonna help you. Just gonna show you. You see this na, not, tatra there, Suryaha. What is Suryaha?
Sun.
Huh? Sun?
Surya, sun.
Sun, yeah. Suryaha is one of many names. So there are many names. That's why you have the Surya Namaskar. Okay, Bhati. Is that ring a bell? Bhati. Shine. Na, not. And then you have Chandra. Chandra. Moon. And this is endings. So the sun and moon, where the sun and moon doesn't shine. But still, what is it that makes the sun and moon shine? You know, and then that's Vedanta. But now we're chanting. Okay, so here you got to be, here you have a Dvitvam, right? So here you can make a note that you actually make a note almost like you're saying nat, landing on a takara, and then you say tra, natra, natra. So it's not natra, natra. So natat,
Sorry.
natat, natat. And that can help you sometimes in the beginning to kind of put them apart and then put them together to kind of go, okay, tatra, tatra, natat, because then you're gonna get that rhythm. And here you got this longness. You gotta go natatra suryo, the long, right? Su long, suryo, suryo, and then you gotta go into a aspirate, bhati, bhati. So natatra suryo bhati, and then here you got na, and here you got a dvitvam. You're staying on the nakara, chandra, chan, you hear that? Chan, chandra, chandra, tarakam, and here you're just dropping the jaw, and then you end on a makara, tarakam, tarakam. So Alice, see if it, maybe this helps. Just start from the back and just follow me. So first you got kam,
Come.
tarakam,
Tarakam.
chandra tarakam,
Chandra tarakam.
na chandra tarakam.
Na chandra tarakam.
Good. Bhati,
Bhati.
bhati, na chandra tarakam.
Bhati. Na chandra tarakam.
Suryo,
Suryo.
suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam.
Suryo bhati. Na chandra tarakam.
Good. And then the last one, natatra,
Natatra.
natatra suryo,
Natatra suryo.
natatra suryo bhati,
Natatra suryo bhati.
natatra suryo bhati, na chandra tarakam.
Natatra suryo bhati. Na chandra tarakam.
Yay. Good. Well done.
I enjoy it. It's a workout for me because obviously there's no, well, I say there's no transliteration, and this is really good because I can read it, but there's I'm noticing the gap between. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah, I didn't get that one. Yeah, but if, let me know if there's something you go like, what is that? You see do you see all the letters?
huh. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did some of this in the last home fun, I think, whereas the conjunct consonant, I don't know if it was in the verse or something, but there was the ndra, ndra.
And that's the nakara, dakara, and then the repa. Right.
Mm.
Okay, good. Now, so now we're going, what? Where did it go? Oh, here, not here. Okay. Now see if you can just get the melody. Natatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam.
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम्.
Good. Na chandra tarakam, tarakam. So it's just tarakam, tarakam.
Tarakam.
Good. All right, Pia. Shall we do the same thing?
Mhm.
Okay, so the first one is kam,
Kam.
tarakam,
Tarakam.
tarakam. Open your mouth. Tarakam.
Tarakam.
Good. Chandra,
Chandra.
chandra tarakam.
Chandra Tarakam.
Good. Na chandra tarakam.
Na Chandra Tarakam.
Good. Bhati,
Bhati.
bhati. Na chandra
Bhati.
tarakam.
Bhati. Na Chandra Tarakam.
Good. Suryo,
Suryo.
suryo bhati. Na chandra tarakam.
Suryo Bhati. Na Chandra Tarakam.
Good. Make sure get a little bit more of that aspirate. Bhati. Bhati. Okay, good. Na tatra.
Natatra.
Na tatra suryo.
Natatra Suryo.
Na tatra suryo bhati.
Natatra Suryo Bhati.
Good. A little bit more aspirate. Don't be afraid.
Bha-
Bhati. Na tatra suryo bhati. Sorry. Bhati. Na chandra tarakam.
Natatra Suryo Bhati. Natatra Charakam. No, I made it up.
Chandra.
Na
Chan-
Chandrakam. I'm gonna write it down. Na Chandra Tarakam.
Mm.
Natatra. Okay, that's the beginning. I'll try again.
Mm.
Natatra Suryo Bhati. Na Chandra Tarakam.
Yes. Well done. Okay. So now melody. Na tatra suryo bhatri na chandra tarakam.
Natatra Suryo Bhati. Na Chandra Tarakam.
Yes. Perfect. All right. Hold on to that. All right. Next one. It goes like this. Nema vityuto bhanti kuto yamaknihi. So you got first nema. So just to, let's see if we can go through it. So you got long, right? So you got nema. And here, what kind of conjunct consonant is this?
Dakara and is it yakara?
Yeah.
Dya and Dyo.
So make sure that that's a, so you don't,
Yeah.
to get the, and this is a pregnant belly, right? So you got, first you got vid, you, to, vidyuto, nema, vidyuto, bhanti. So dakara, yakara with a short u. And then you got a to, long one. And here again, you got, but this time it's bhanti. This is singular and this is plural. Bhanti. And here you have shiboham, right? There's a avagraha here. So it's kuto, and you don't, nothing, you just say kuto, and then you go straight to yamag, right? And then that's a dvitvam there. So yamagnihi. So it goes from a guttural to a dental. Yamagnihi. So yamag, and then you have to move the tongue to the front of the, close to the teeth. Yamagnihi. So I'll make it slowly. Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi. Alice, let's start from slowly. Nema.
Nema.
vidyuto,
Vidyuto. No, it's not aspirate. Vidyuto.
nema vidyuto,
Nema vidyuto.
bhanti,
Bhanti.
nema vidyuto, bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Good. I'm just thinking you might want to just take a quick breath here because it's quite a lot to. I'm just thinking nema vidyuto bhanti koto. If you do it fast, you can do it in one breath. But if you do it very slow, you're gonna just have to take a quick breath here. Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi. So here it is kuto
Kuto
yamagnihi.
yamagnihi.
Good. Nema vidyuto
Nema vidyuto
bhanti.
bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Good. Kuto yamagnihi.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Good. Nema vidyuto bhanti. Kuto yamagnihi.
Nema vidyuto bhanti. Kuto yamagnihi.
Good. Very good. And if when you get all and you can get all the letters, you can take a deep breath. Nema vidyuto bhanti koto yamagnihi. So you get it in one line. Bia. Nema,
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 vidyuto
vidyuto
bhanti.
bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Good. Kuto
Kuto
yamagnihi.
yamagnihi.
Get that dvitvam with the gakara. So you get the yamagnihi, yamagnihi, like you stopping and then go yamagnihi.
Yamagnihi. Yamagnihi.
Good.
Yamagnihi. Oh, difficult.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Kuto yamagni.
Yamag and then
Yamag.
tongue close to the teeth. Yamagnihi. Yamagnihi.
Yamagnihi.
Hmm.
Kuto yamagnihi. Yamagnihi.
So
Yamagnihi.
this is short. Kuto
Kuto
yamagnihi.
yamagnihi.
Hmm.
Kuto yamagni. I have to practice.
You have to practice. It's gonna come. You're very close. Kuto yamagnihi.
Kuto yamagni.
It's
Yamagni.
okay. I think it's going to help you if you visualize how the tongue, you're already in the back, so you hear in the back of the throat, right? So you have that ga, ga, ga. And then feel that feeling where the tongue, instead of being pressure in the guttural, the tip of the tongue is moving to the teeth. Yamagnihi, yamagnihi.
Yamagnihi.
Yeah.
Yamagnihi.
There it is.
Kuto yamagni.
Because you're putting a long one, you make it so it's short.
Oh.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Yep, there it is. You want to try the whole thing? Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Nema vidyuto bhanti.
Good, good. A little bit on the long bhanti.
Bhanti.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Kuto yamagnihi.
Good. The whole thing. Nema vidyuto bhanti. kuto yamagnihi.
Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi.
Yamag.
I'll try
Yamag.
again. I'm gonna write it.
Give a dvitvam for your gakara. It's like you're saying yamag, yamag, and then you have time to put the tongue in. Nihi.
Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yaga. I'm gonna write it down, otherwise I won't remember. Yamagnihi.
Yeah.
Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi.
Yamag, yamag. I think it's tricky because you have that dvitvam, right? So you got to stay yamag, nihi, yamag, nihi.
Yamagnihi.
Yeah.
I think I will walk around all day saying Yamagnihi today.
Good. But you see how much things happening in the mouth, right? You cannot take chanting for granting, for granted, just go like, I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, and I'm not judging anybody who is having a bhakti and doing kirtan. It's all, anything that is prayerful and bhakti. But you have I definitely have, a lot of respect and for people who are really high chanters, and I know how much details there is in chanting, and it's definitely when you hear someone with the who knows all the little chanting and the right sounds, it's so powerful. Good. All right, you're doing so well. So I can just chant this one so you have heard it. Natatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vityuto bhanti kuto yamagnihi tameva bhantamanubhanti sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidham vibhati. So that's the whole thing. That's when
I am sweating in the cold. I am sweating in the cold.
Yeah, good sign. That means that you're moving your mouth and energy is moving. But so this is where you're holding your right elbows, and then you have the arati, and you have people with their hands usually like tapping 3 times, so you see them swaying like with the Camphor. Good. Any questions?
How does the camphor thing work? Because I've looked at it, and you can get sort of like camphor spoons. I just have an incense burner, which is one with the thingy on top, which I'm sure we could do it with that as well. How does that work?
Oh, the you mean the Camphor? What it's made of, or what it is, or what it's what?
How do you work with it in this instance? So it's similar to when you have the diya and you're doing this.
So it's made out of I think it's like some sugar, something sugary, and probably a mix of different things. It smells really good. If you have a little coal, it's really nice to smell. It smells really nice. But it is, I think there's sugar and probably something else. But and when you burn it, it gets really quick fire. Big, like if you have a lot of camphor, you got a big fire. But it only lasts as long as you have the camphor, and once the fire just goes from really big fire and then to nothing. there's no smoke, there's nothing. It's just like there, big fire, and then gone within a second, gone. And there's no trace.
You light it in a little dish. Is this it? You have a small bowl, or?
Yeah, so this is called kapur. So you see this is called a karpura. It's because it's hot, there's fire, so you cannot hold it because you're going to burn yourself. So it looks like there's a different one. It almost look like a little bit like a spoon, but which is flat. And then there you put the camphor, and then you have this more more expensive one where you have kind of legs and you can put it down, because if you only have with a spoon and you put it down on the floor, it's going to burn the floor. So you have different ones that have kind of support and legs, so you don't burn anything. And then of course in India, when you have this well, you were the one who in Varanasi, right? So you saw the huge ones, and where you had 100,000 people swaying. So they're different models, but it's a metal, so you don't burn yourself, and you can hold it so far away so you don't get burned by it.
Do you light it with heat over the candle, the diya, or do you have to light it with a match, or it's very flammable?
It's very flammable. It's once you get fire, it goes poof, big fire. And if you light it with that there are a lot of there's so many tradition and probably lineages, and a lot of people say don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this, don't do this. And so there's probably someone who says don't light it with light it with the candle, or don't light it with this candle. So you have to kind of feel into what's the surrounding of that particular those tradition. But we light it with a normal lighter. Yeah.
I know these are all really sort of small questions, but it's also I had a guide who was telling me watching the Varanasi, and he was saying, "Oh, this is this, and this is this," and it was very good. So I'm really glad I had that. But of course, when you're at these things, it's so overwhelming. You're taking in. Well, for me, it's very overwhelming. I'm sure it is for everyone else, but I'm taking in so much. I don't have the time to necessarily process words or what is this thing. So it's taken me, even though I was there for only like 7 weeks in total, it's taken me about 2 years to unpack the whole thing. And I'm still unpacking it. There's still things now I'm thinking, but that rate of unpacking it has slowed down.
Yeah.
It was at the time I couldn't think. It was more a case of just feeling things. But I think also in places like India and Bali, I noticed that well, especially in India, because that's the only experience I really have, I feel that because there's so much diversity in terms of like you've got different languages and people coming all over, and I noticed the way people tend to process things is not necessarily through words. It's a lot more of a feeling-based culture.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting to kind of get into that mode.
Yeah, and go like, what is that? What is that? Right? Like wanting to know. It's so interesting that you say this, because I like you say, and I think this is one of the aspects with what I find is fascinating with looking at the variety. Like there are people who are devotional, and they do the offering, and they having this, they like here we would say sekala nishkala, like you believe in the unseen and the seen, and it's all connected, you know, everything is connected, and that is beautiful, you know. And then you have weirdos like us that's going to be like, but what does that mean, you know, like we want to know. Most people don't, and that's kind of a, when you go like, most people don't ask those questions. They have the devotion, and that's beautiful, but that doesn't mean that this is this or high or this. We're just so different. Does that mean that, like, I just spoke to my friend, and I went like, you know, what is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? You know, and she's like, I have no idea. You know, she has no idea. And she's like, you, because you asked the question, I start looking for the answer. But she learned it from a very young age. And she's like, this is how you do. But she doesn't look into what's the symbol and what. Now, when you're studying Vedanta, that's what I find is so fascinating, because you go like, no, I want to know, you know, and every question, there is, I mean, I want to say, yes, every question is valid. There's also a time where you got to rest a little bit and be like, I have to allow myself to listen and to understand, to build up, and then I can, you know, go in. So it's not just, because otherwise the mind going to go into this kind of logic, you know, logic thinking, and then it's going to be, or, you know, the outgoing senses. But that's what I found was so beautiful, because I was in India and I was asking, you know, but what does it mean? And everybody's like, well, you know, you're not, you know, you're not ready, or, you know, I wasn't in the right family, I wasn't in the, you know, they all came out with all, and you have this in the yoga world as well. You're not ready, or, you know, you have to go through the stages, or you got to go this, you know. And but I had this urge. I'm like, I want to know. I don't want to believe. I know that yoga works. I know it's healthy. I know that it has beneficials, but, you know, what is it, you know? And that's what I find fascinating when I finally, you know, a teacher's like, yeah, you should know, you know, this is your birthright. This is, the life is this to know. That's what it's about. And then we can appreciate all the bhaktis and all the kirtans and all the variety, and we can say, yes, you're beautiful. But I am in this place where I'm interested to know, who am I? What's the nature of me? What's the nature of, you know, what's the nature of this, you know? Because every time I look at something, I can divide it. I can go into the Big Bang, I can go into the black holes, and I'm still standing with the question, you know, what am I? You know, and I know that this body is not me, because I can cut this body and I'm still there. I can go to deep sleep and I'm still there. Even if I have no connection with the essence body, I'm still there. So you see what I mean? That's, you can appreciate yourself and you can appreciate everybody, and asking questions is a healthy thing. So don't go this like, oh, I'm asking so many questions, and it's good, you know. That means that you have that, you have a sattvika guna in you, and you probably have it for many lives. It's just coming back to you now, and you have, you know, it's good, very good.
I think that's the thing that I learnt. One of the, is discernment from being in India as well, because there's so much. It's like you were saying the other week about those guys that Swami had noticed, and they're only doing like one bit of the Sanskrit. It makes me laugh when you hear things like that, because you just think, what is this? I don't know. I don't know. There's no explanation for it, but I think there's almost an assumption, and I think certainly from my side, it's that I tend to maybe overly trust things or certain things. I think, oh well, it's in India. Everyone does this, and everyone questions it on assumption that everyone does it this way. Because it's when you do something somewhere, you tend to think, oh, everyone else experiences it like this as well.